Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today it's all about making Polish sausage, or commonly called kielbasa, with my home system here that I've used many times and had great success with. This recipe is courtesy of Smokin' Joe's Pit Barbecue. Go check out his channel. He's got lots of good recipes there on making sausage and barbecue in general. Well, what we've done here right now is I've pre-cut all of my meat. The kielbasa is made up of 12 pounds of meat, which is going to be 8 pounds of pork, 4 pounds of venison. And I've added a little bit of pork fat to go along in there because the venison is very lean. Well, we might as well get this party going. As you can see, I've had my grinder parts in the freezer. They're super cold. The meat has been in the freezer. It is also super cold. In fact, it's got frost in it and just the right kind of consistency that you want for a nice grind. You want things to come out of this grinder in a mealy fashion instead of a squeezed gummy fashion. If that makes any sense to you all. Okay, I'm going to turn my grinder on here, and we'll get this party going. As you can see, it comes out in nice long strings. That's what you want. You don't want to have it get to room temperature because that will not produce a good grind. I alternately putting venison and pork in here so that when I come to mix it, it's already pretty much pre-mixed. Oh, it's looking just great. It's looking good. Coming out just the way you want it. Look at that. Nice and stringy. That's what you want. You want that kind of consistency. It'll make everything easy on making the sausage. It's important to get the ingredients right so that the sausage will turn out just the way you like it. You can modify these recipes a little bit to your liking. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this ground up, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, there we go. Got it all ground up, and it's a good consistency. It makes for real good mixing of the meat and the spices when it's this cold. I highly recommend grinding it when there's still frost in the meat. Makes it so much easier, and then it gets all mixed up. Look at that, perfect. Perfect. Well, let me get this stuff out of the way here. We'll mix our spices in there, and then we will be on to stuffing the sausage. Okay, I've got all the ingredients in front of me. I've got my meat already ground. I've got all of the spices here. It's going to go in and get mixed in with the water per the recipe, and then we will mix that in the meat. So to get started here, I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of ice cold water, and then I will start putting in all of the ingredients that go in this recipe. It's going to be so good. Any of the homemade sausages are much better than what you can buy in the store, in my opinion. So we got all the ingredients in there now. Let's go ahead and whisk that up. Get it all mixed and dissolved in here. Mix it up good. Watching Smoking Joe make this, he started out with 1.5 cups of water, but then to get the right stickiness with the meat, he had to put in a little bit more water. We'll see how it goes here. We'll start out with 1.5 cups. Okay, if we can pour that, and we'll pour this all throughout the mixture. And then we got to mix it by hand, of course. Oh, this is going to be so good. Oh, this last little bit, got lots of stuff here. Have to make sure it's all mixed up good. Get all those spices in the meat so we don't have any spots that have more than others if we can help it. Yeah, it's going to need a little bit more water. That doesn't quite stick to my hand. And take an ice cold bottled water, put in about another 1/2 cup and see how that turns out. Okay, now it wants to stick to my glove. That's what we're looking for. Mix a little bit more here. Wow, cold. Woo-hoo. Okay, gonna finish mixing this here. We come back, I will put it into my sausage stuffer. Be right back. Okay, now we're ready to load up the sausage stuffer. I first take the tube, put a little avocado spray on it. It helps put on the casings. Okay, got everything ready to go here to go ahead and stuff the sausage stuffer with the meat, and then thread the casings on and get this process going. Make some sausage. Got this really good sausage stuffer. Works super good, and it's important to get all of the air out of it so that you're not dealing with air in your sausages. Get it in there and just punch it down good. This whole 12 pounds ought to fit in here. Get all these good stuff, all this good stuff in here. Let me move this over here and get it all the air squeezed out of it as much as possible. That's what I call a full sausage stuffer. Put that in here and put on the tube. Okay, now what we want to do is to get the meat starting to come out the tube. Right about there. Then we get the end here. We get a little bit of water in there so that it will get the salt out of there. And then we go on with the tube. See how nice that goes on when I put that avocado oil on there? Goes on there so smooth. Probably you'll be able to get the whole casing. I think this is one of the long ones. It's important to me to use natural hog casings. And let's see, I'll be coming to the end here pretty soon. Okay, got the end here. We tie it off. tie a good knot in it. And let me put these casings over to the side. Pour a little bit of water in here so that we can, nice ice cold water. And then we can start the process of stuffing the sausage. With one person doing it, I've got to make sure the casings get filled up nice. That's going good. You don't want to pack them too full, because when you do the links, it tightens them up that way. Okay, well, we're just going to continue here until we get all of these things stuffed. Yeah, look at that. Turning out pretty nice. Keep it in a nice coil. And we can get rid of some of the air bubbles once we have it put into links, by just pricking the skin a little bit. Okay, we're going to continue to get all this these casings stuffed, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, well, I got all the casings stuffed with the 12 pounds of meat. I got 2 big, large rolls of sausage. What I'm going to do next is to do them in individual sausages, a little bit unlike normal kielbasa, which is a ring. I want to have the sausages to be in individual, like a brat, for example. So what I'm going to do now is start twisting these to where I get links, and then I've got to go through a process of allowing it to dry in the refrigerator overnight, and then go to the smoker tomorrow. What you do is you twist one, and you go and you get the other one, and you twist both of these like so, and then you go over and you squeeze another one and another one, and then wrap these in between like that, and then go to another one, squeeze it, go to another one, squeeze it, and then I go the opposite way on those. Okay, get another one here. So, and then I go, this time I go this way, and you can see by doing these wrappings, they're going to get a little bit tighter. I hope they don't get too tight, because then they start wanting to break. So we'll twist them up here, not a whole bunch, because I don't want them to break. Get the right size here. Them, and you keep doing that until you get to the end of your sausages. Now when they dry out, wherever you twisted these, it's going to be, they'll stick together and they won't want to come apart. Okay, I get just enough for one more on the end. There you go. They're all twisted up into individual kielbasa servings. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, it's been overnight in the refrigerator, and this morning I checked them out. They're all just the right dryness to put in the smoker. It's important to have them a little bit dry, because they will take in the smoke a lot better that way. You don't want them to be moist, wet, whatever. What I'm going to do is I've got the grates from the smoker here, I'm going to go ahead and put these sausages on the grate, and then we'll get to smoking. So when you put them on the grates, it's pretty important to not have them touching each other, because what will happen is that they will stick together. And depending on how big your smoker is, it will determine if you have to cut these links or not. And it looks like I'm going to have to separate these a little bit so I can get them all on the grates here. This way I can keep these separated so that they won't touch each other. Don't want to touch each other. I've got the vertical smoker out there, pellet smoker, heating up to 140. 140 is the lowest setting that I can get on my pellet smoker. And by going to 140 first, it will further dry out these sausages so that they'll take on the smoke a lot better. Okay, it looks like I'll have enough here to fill my entire smoker up. Okay, there we go. I got them all on the smoker grates, and I'll be putting these in the smoker now, and I'll join up with you in a minute. Oh, here we go. Time to load the smoker up. You see she's all ready to go. 140 degrees. Go with the final rack. They're right at about 150, so they're time to go in the ice bath. Ice bath is necessary to stop the cooking process, and also to give them that added crunch when you bite into them. I cooked these in the vertical pellet smoker for a couple hours at 140, and about 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours at 225. And they're like 145 to 150 internal temperature, which is just right. Okay, now for the taste test. Ooh, look how juicy that is. Really nice and juicy. Man, it is good. It is so juicy. There you have it. Kielbasa done the old-fashioned way. It really is super, super good. Can't wait to try it for breakfast with some good old eggs. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And go check out some of my other videos.